Hey everybody, it's Chris from o.c.e.pedals, and today we're taking a look at the newest pedal in the Atomic series, the Tsar Bomba. So just like the last release in the Atomic series, the Demon Core, I'm going to kind of talk about where my inspirations came for this first. So if you think that's really boring, I'll have time codes down below so you can skip ahead to the demo parts. The Tsar Bomba was a nickname for a device designated AN602. It was a high-yield thermonuclear device that the Soviet Union tested October 30th of 1961. It was sort of a test bed for some design ideas for high-yield thermonuclear devices. It was a three-stage device. Started out with a fission reaction, which is what the original atomic bomb that they dropped on Hiroshima was, which is splitting the atom. That energy was used to compress atoms together to create a thermonuclear reaction or a fusion reaction in the second stage. And then it had a tertiary fission stage, so again, splitting atoms to create even more power. The way it was designed was kind of almost modular, where it could be like unlimited in its yield. If it had uranium-238 tamper at the end, it could have gone up to 100 megatons. The way it was tested, originally they thought it was about 60 megatons. Then they said their data suggested somewhere around 50 megatons. Even with that, it was the most powerful nuclear device ever tested or created. It was gigantic though. This had very little strategic use. The bomb, I think, had to be strapped to the bottom of a Bear bomber. I mean, there's pictures of men around it. It's gigantic. And even that kind of yield really doesn't have any kind of tactical use. You would just be destroying too much, and it would be too hard to control fallout and all that kind of stuff. So what was the point of it? Nikita Khrushchev ordered it after one of the test ban moratoriums had lapsed, and it was dropped on October 30th, 1961 to coincide with the 22nd Congress of the Soviet Union. It felt like a political stunt just to show like, hey, look how big of a weapon we can design and really scare the West. So all that being said, why do I think this is cool? Why do I care about this? I guess maybe it's a dude thing in the same way people care about Mount Everest being the tallest mountain on Earth. There's something sort of visceral and scary about just the most destructive thing ever created by man. Maybe that's super weird. I don't know. I admitted to being weird when I released the last one of these pedals. So, you know, who knows? So the Tsar Bomba pedal is a heavy fuzz. That's the second stage. It's based off of your green Russian kind of BMP style fuzz. Obviously the Russian green, you know, you can see the connections. But it has an added two knob Baxandall tone circuit with a treble and a bass control. So it makes it a lot more usable. The third stage adds an octave circuit in front of the fuzz and with an added saturation boost. There's an internal trim pot if you want to turn that up and get really crazy with the saturation boost. It's really there to kind of add a little element of craziness to this. But the octave before the fuzz has a really interesting quality that's a little bit different than what you might think of, you know, running like an Octavia or an octave circuit after a classic style fuzz. So enough talking, let's hear how it sounds. I'm going to start with the fuzz down a little lower, bass boost a little bit, treble cut to get kind of a vintagey kind of round style fuzz out of this. If you cut the bass and boost the treble, you get into that kind of more distortion territory. Let's try the octave. Neck pickup. turn the fuzz all the way up. Try the octave. One of the things I really like about the octave circuit on this is it works really well with low tunings. There must be something about adding that high end in when you have the lower notes. So here's just the fuzz. This is in C sharp. Try the octave. Try the fuzz cranked. With the octave. So that's the Tsar Bomba. It's powerful, it's crazy, but I think it's pretty usable. I'm super happy with it. I think the art looks amazing. There's this really cool powder coat that goes from like a green to a copper color. I'm excited about it. I hope you are too. They'll be available October 30th, 8 a.m. Pacific, o.c.e.pedals.com for $199 US. Go to the website, join the mailing list. That way you'll know as soon as it gets released. Like, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. Thanks for watching. See you soon.